City cars are enjoying a resurgence in Australia this year, with sales at their highest levels in recent history. Sharp prices, lots of equipment, and high quality have been hallmarks of the newest arrivals, while performance hasn't been forgotten either, as is the case with the reigning champion, the Ford Fiesta ST, and the newly arrived Volkswagen Polo GTI. It's fair to say the segment is blossoming with its newfound sense of maturity.
Volkswagen Polo GTI manual, it's back.
I know.
Yeah, it's manual again.
It is.
Yeah, so stop talking and let's go for a drive.
Let's go.
Now, Tim, you and I are both actually Polo guys. You've got a current generation car and I've got the previous generation GTI. What are your first impressions of this little guy?
Yeah, well look, my regular Polo doesn't get these tartan seats and I love them. I think they add so much character to the interior. Also, the big touchscreen is a really neat looking thing and something that you don't get in the Fiesta. But just a little too conservative, I think. We've come to expect that from Volkswagen and just not sure it quite meets the hot hatch.
It's a little bit tame, isn't it? But it's not just the transmission that's new, it's also a new engine, new 1.8 litre up front, yeah?
Yeah, so the 1.4 litre twin charger is gone. In its place comes this new one, which has an extra 9 kilowatts and 70 newton meters of torque, which is pretty impressive. Dave, you seem like you're giving it a fair bit here. What are your initial drive impressions?
It's a good thing. It sits pretty flat. The brakes feel nice. There is a bit of squeal from the tyres, but the steering's really lovely. And what I really like is this gearbox. It's really, really good. But I reckon we might need a bit of a refresher in the Fiesta ST. Remind ourselves of why we like that car so much. What do you reckon?
Sounds good to me.
No wonder we like this car.
Yeah, this is a bit of fun, isn't it?
It is, and it just feels quite different to the Polo. Like, the steering's even sharper, the brake pedal is nice and solid under the foot, and it's just so agile and happy changing direction. Playful as well. Yeah,
and how about that sound? I think for me that is the thing that stands out about this car versus the Polo. It's just got this warble from beneath the bonnet. Very glad these Recaros are hugging me tightly.
I'm doing my best.
I need it, but they're excellent. The interior does feel a bit tackier than the Polos, but yeah, the Polo's more conservative, but probably a fair bit more grown up.
Yeah, I give it that, but what an absolute cracking package though. Well, Timbo, that was a lot of fun. And the new Polo GTI definitely offers some good thrills. But for today, our winner is the Ford Fiesta ST.
Dave.
What?
There's a lot more to these cars than just track work and turbos. They spend 99% of their time in the city. And if we're going to test them properly, we need to head there. Because I think that's where the Polo will win back a few points.
Boring! If we're doing that, you're driving.
Fine.
City stuff. Boring.
Now this is more like it, Dave. You were raving about the Fiesta on track, but I reckon it's super impressive around town too.
It does feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think the ride in particular is very impressive to me. It somehow balances just being, handling very well on the track, as well as being very comfortable around town. The steering is a little bit heavy, but I think you can forgive it for how direct and darty and nice it is.
And although you trash talked a bit of this interior when we were back at the track, it does get some stuff that the Polo GTI misses out on, like a push button engine start and the emergency call function on the sync system. And it also runs on regular unleaded instead of premium unleaded like the Polo GTI, which means that it's not only cheaper to run, it's also cheaper to buy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fiesta is $25,990, whereas the Polo's $27,490 for the manual. And it's an extra $2,500 for the DSG. But you do get 5 doors with the Polo.
That's true, and although 3 doors can be a little bit tricky to get people in the back of, rear space is actually pretty good, and it has a bigger boot than this. Can we get this over and done with now?
We can. Now, spec-wise, these two are quite similar. Both get 17-inch alloys, auto headlights and wipers, and climate control. The Fiesta does get reverse parking sensors. However, they are optionally available in the Polo as part of a package, which also includes front sensors a reverse view camera and satellite navigation.
And what are your initial driving impressions from there, Bobby? Because from here, to be honest, it feels a little busy.
Yeah, the ride is a little bit fussy, isn't it? I think the regular Polo is renowned for having class-leading ride comfort, but the GTI just doesn't. It picks up so many of those little imperfections on the road, and it's just not as quick to correct as the Fiesta is. But the steering is lovely and light. I think it's better than the Fiesta around town in that regard. And this gearbox is just a treat to shift between gears. Well, Dave, it's clear that both the Fiesta and the Polo are very versatile cars, impressing both on the track this morning and in the city this afternoon. They're also very different cars. So, Dave, if it's your money, where's it going?
Yeah, look, Tim, I will always have a soft spot for the Polo GTI, I can't help it. And this thing's still a very thrilling car to drive around, but I'm all about fun, and you just cannot go past that Fiesta ST.
Yeah, look, I'm the same. I have a soft spot for the Polo too, but it disappoints me in ways that the regular one doesn't. It doesn't ride quite as well, and I think the interior is just a little bit too conservative for a sports car. So for me, I'd take the Fiesta. Actually, I will take the Fiesta.
What do you mean? Tim, hey, now who's being mature? I cannot believe that. He's not. Oh, that is ridiculous. Drag me to the city. I'm happy on the circuit, and he takes me out here. I don't even want to be out here. I want to be around the track again, driving fast.